What's up? This is John W. Snyder. This is Release Rotation. Technically episode 60, if you go back to last year when I started trying to do one of these a day. But episode 60, which is like episode 12 for the year, 10 for the year. I'm not 100% sure, but we're rolling along. I just want to say thank you for listening. And for your input. I've gotten a lot of suggestions, which I'm okay with. And I've gotten a lot of input, and then when I don't release an episode, I have people asking me, where's your podcast? And I'm another day late because this is going to come out on Wednesday, the 27th of February. And I wish it would have come out on Monday, the 25th. So I apologize, but I am still doing one a week, and I will do a better job of getting these out. And I know I keep saying that I'm going to have a guest on here, blah, 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 and I will. But I need to buy some other equipment eventually to be able to do some interviews. And I said that I was going to buy a new microphone when I hit 10,000 total plays of all time. And right now I'm at 5,100 total plays. So I'm halfway there. So when I get to 10 grand, I will be buying a new microphone or another microphone so I can do interviews with people. And this won't be as boring for you. So that'll be cool. And I'm looking forward to it. I've already got some people lined up, and I can't wait to have them on here, and I can't wait for you to hear them talk about their journey and what they're doing. So that'll be great. And also, that's why I've had a lot of people ask me and say, oh, it's interesting. I've never heard a podcast with just one person. And that's fine. I get it, because I guess it's rare. So yeah, right now it is just me, and that's why I try to keep it under 20 minutes. I think the most I've gone is about 30. So I am trying to keep it under 20 when I'm by myself. And that could definitely go longer once I get some people on here. And I'm going to do that after I hit 10,000 because I want it to sound good. And that was a goal I set for buying another microphone and some more gear is when I hit 10,000 total plays. So I'm halfway there. So that'll be good. Let's just get into it. If you've been listening to this, or if you know me personally, I am a huge Oklahoma City Thunder fan. And they've been playing pretty great. Paul George should be in the MVP talk, and so should Russell Westbrook. Both of them should be in the MVP talk. Even if you're not an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, if you're not biased like me, they should at least be in the talk, right? Them and James Harden. I'm not even sure who else you could throw out there. But that's what I think. And that's just an opinion. We all have them. We all have opinions. And we all usually disagree with other people's opinions. And if you disagree with my opinion, that's fine. And that's okay. It's when people get upset that when people disagree with their opinions. That's when it gets annoying. But I'm okay with you disagreeing. That's what makes it fun. And so I think those two guys should be in the MVP talk because they're both amazing. Russell Westbrook with his triple doubles. I know that streak ended, but he passed Wilt Chamberlain for crying out loud. So whatever. And I get it if people don't like Russell, if they think he's just padding his stats. But okay, Paul George is still scoring over 30, 40 points a game with Russell Westbrook in quotes, padding his stats. So, whatever. I don't think that Russell will ever get the love that he deserves, and I think he's okay with that. He likes to be that guy, I think. Again, I don't know. Not in his mind. I'm not friends with him, but that's how I feel. I did see him at Target once, though, in Edmond, Oklahoma. And that was back when James Harden was still there, so that was a while ago. That's the closest I've been to him. But that's also what I think. I just think that he's okay with... That's who he is, and he's okay with that because he's honest with himself, and that's his truth. And so, it is what it is. But I think that those three guys should be in the top of the MVP talk. James Harden's streak of 30 points a game ended. He had 28 last game, James Harden. Again, I will say he's the best one-on-one player that there is. If you go back and look at how many of those points this season have been assisted to him, not a lot. And so I think he's amazing as a one-on-one player. And I don't remember who it was or where it was, but that the way he's playing and his style is not going to win them a championship. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but we really won't know for a while. James Harden's got some years left on him. So, yeah, the NBA, it's here, it's live, it's fun. I never was an MVP. I'm stuck on the MVP talk, I'm sorry. But I never was an NBA fan. I loved watching the NBA, but for me it was always college basketball, college football, and then the NBA. And in the last 5 or 6 years, that's really changed for me. And it's probably because of the Oklahoma City Thunder. But the NBA is number one for me. The social media aspect of it, the pettiness of the NBA, and just the overall enjoyment of it. I love watching the NBA. I love seeing what happens. Sorry if my voice cut out. I'm actually trying to watch the end of this Thunder Nuggets game. Thunder Nuggets. That should be a dish served at the Sizzler. Thunder Nuggets. Sounds delicious. But, yeah, I think the NBA is the best league. It's better than the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball. It's just fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to follow on social media. It's ridiculous. And so I love the NBA. I also love working with a bunch of Lakers fans because that's pretty fun this season. If you're following the NBA and you see how the Lakers are doing. And I'm still going to stand by it. When that day in the summer when the Lakers kept adding just the worst locker room distractions, I laughed and giggled. And all the fans that are Lakers fans that I work with said it'll be fun. We have LeBron. It'll be fun. We have LeBron. Great. Let's see how the season ends. I will never count out LeBron. The Lakers are not in the playoffs if they started today. And that's okay. But I think they probably will make the playoffs if LeBron can stay healthy, if, Lonzo can get healthier. But I think they will make the playoffs as a 7 or 8 seed. And they'll lose in the first round. And I'm okay with that because it's great. I do not like the Lakers. I like LeBron as a player. I like Kobe as a player. Those guys as Lakers, whatever. But as NBA players, so fun to watch. And I absolutely am okay with the Lakers losing. So there's that. we'll be right back because I've got a little ad I got to put in here. So yeah, we'll be right back. And we're back. So, got a question for you. And you can answer me this question on social media, on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. The question is, which this was brought up with some friends, which I'll get into that here in a second, but the question is, when is it acceptable to wear a jersey? That's the question for this week. When is it acceptable to wear a jersey? Whether it's a LeBron jersey, a Lakers jersey, whatever. The reason this came up is because I went to a hockey game last Sunday, so 2 Sundays ago, which was an amazing experience. Mike, again, thank you for the ticket. It was amazing. I want to go again. Hockey is super fun to watch. NHL particular, obviously. But there were a lot of fans there wearing jerseys, including Mike was wearing his Anaheim Ducks jersey to cheer on the Ducks. He's a season ticket holder. But I was telling some of my friends that I've known most of them since I was like 5 or 6. So over 30 years. I love these guys. It's kind of fun. But I asked them, when is it okay to wear a jersey? Because I saw a lot of jerseys. And my thought is, I think it's 100% okay to wear a jersey if you are wearing it at the game. If you're over the age of 22, wearing it at the game is totally socially acceptable. If you're over 20, I'll say 20. If you're over 20 and you're wearing a jersey at a game, totally acceptable. If you're over 20 and you're wearing a jersey out to dinner, no, it's not acceptable. So that's where I lie. If you're under 20 and you wear a jersey, who cares? Whatever. Little kid, wear a jersey. It's great. Wear the jersey of your favorite player. That's fine. Over 20, I think it's acceptable to wear it to the game. If you're going to a game, I think it's 100% okay. Some of my friends disagree. They say never. Some of my friends say do what you want to do. I agree. But if I see people out wearing a jersey, I always make a comment of if they're wearing one at the mall, because I work in a mall, which is awesome, and I see a lot of funny people. But if I see somebody wearing, say, a Kobe Bryant Lakers jersey at the mall, I always make the joke that, oh my goodness, Kobe's here. Or, oh my goodness, look, it's Paul Kariya of the Ducks. I'll make that joke. I don't care. I think it's funny because I make fun of people that wear jerseys not to games. Maybe that makes me a bad person, maybe not. But I just think it's funny to call out those people, and especially when they're wearing a jersey of a player. It's funny to say that to me. My comedy and my humor is probably a little different than everybody else's, and that's okay. But I think it's hilarious. So that's my question of the week. When is it okay to wear a jersey? So let me know in the comments on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. My Instagram and Twitter is at JOHNWSNYDER. I'd also just like to connect with you on there if you listen to my podcast and I don't know you, because there's no real way to connect to people on podcasts like there is on YouTube or any other social media. So whoever can figure that out with a podcast of the best way to connect with people, they're going to win this. And that's pretty cool. So, and like I was saying, I did this with my friends. I asked them this question, and these are 5 or 6 guys that I've known for a very long time. I graduated high school with all of them. A few of them I knew since what was called Mother's Day Out back in the early 80s. Yeah, that's the 1980s, before podcasting was a thing, before the internet was a regular thing in your house. Mother's Day Out. And so I've known a few of these guys since then. And I this is when I get into the life kind of stuff, because if you've listened to my podcast, I like to talk about sports, but then I also like to talk about life things at the end. And I just want to say it is so therapeutic to have a group of friends that you can talk to, that you can vent to, that you can propose ridiculous questions to, that you can debate with. Because there's a saying that you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. And yeah, obviously that's true. But these guys are like family to me. And as far as my family goes that I can't choose, they're amazing. And I love every single family member that I have. Because we're all unique in our own ways, and it's fun. And so I miss those times with my family, whether it was Christmas or Thanksgiving or holidays, just like I miss those times with my friends. And so this group of friends, we try to get together once or twice a year somewhere, hang out, talk, have fun, whatever. And these guys that I hang out with are they are my best friends. And it's interesting because we've had this, we've been talking about this religious controversy, debate, whatever. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to talk about religion and politics on this podcast, because there's enough of that out there and I'm not smart enough to talk about it. That's why I stick to sports. But we all have different views, but we all respect each other's views. And I say debate, but it's really not. It's more of a conversation because of that respect and that understanding and just how long we've known each other. But we go back and forth with this conversation, and we've been using this app called Marco Polo. So I highly recommend Marco Polo. It's a video texting app, basically. So instead of text messaging, we just record a video and it sends out and we all see it. So it's basically like a group text message, but with video. It's an amazing app, and it keeps us connected better than text because we can see each other's faces and just the way we respond to things. And I love it because we all live in different places. I'm in California, got a guy in New Jersey, a couple in Houston, Oklahoma City is the other place, which is where we're all from originally, but we all are still friends and we are all still really close. But I say all this because it is so good to have a core group of people that you can talk to and rely on and hang out with and just love to be around. I miss these guys all the time. And so I just look forward to those times that we can actually get together in person. But for the time being, Marco Polo works. So I recommend downloading Marco Polo if you haven't and you want to stay in touch with some people this way. It's just another social media outlet, but it's pretty fun. So yeah, but yeah, we have these different political views, religious views, and yet we can converse about these things civilly. Civilly? Is that right? Doesn't matter. But yeah, I guess I say all this because I just want to give a shout out to those guys, because they are my best friends, and I don't even know if they listen to this podcast. I don't really care. I mean, obviously I would love for them to listen to it, but it doesn't hurt my feelings if they don't. And they know who they are. I don't need to say their names, but they know who they are. And I appreciate you guys, love you guys, and can't wait to see your faces in person rather than on video. This is Release Rotation. Thanks for listening. I can't wait to hear some of your responses when it comes to when is it acceptable to wear a jersey. So hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. John W. Snyder, JOHNWSNYDER. Thanks for listening. See ya.